Good morning, I'm Nashika and this is chale.news for Sunday, June 15th. A Ghanaian mother evacuated from South Africa is arrested the moment she lands at KIA with her baby. Accra surfaces in a controversial U.S. deportation flight. The Black Stars head to Toronto and the Presidency's wage bill is going up, way up. Let's get into it. Start with this one because it's devastating. A Ghanaian mother was evacuated from South Africa, fleeing xenophobic violence, and the moment she stepped off the plane at Kotoka, she was arrested. A bench warrant she says she knew nothing about. Bail denied. Her infant baby is now sitting in a cell with her. Oliver Barker Vormawor's firm has taken up the case. Ghana flew her home to safety. This is what she got. Full breakdown on chale.news. The broader South Africa picture, the WHO Director General has called the xenophobic killings a tragic betrayal. Death toll is now 10, 5 Ethiopians, 5 Mozambicans. Ghana has evacuated over 700 citizens. South African authorities, not a single arrest made. Now this raises serious questions. A U.S. deportation flight transited through Accra on June 12th, carrying an Iranian pro-democracy activist, and dropped her in the Central African Republic. A country she has never lived in, has zero ties to. Her lawyer calls it super dangerous, warning she could ultimately be forced back to Iran. Ghana's role as a stopover puts us squarely in the middle of this. Fewer appointees at Jubilee House than Akufo-Addo had, 124 fewer in fact. So why is the presidency's pay bill jumping 148% to GHS 248 million? Questions are also emerging about how certain senior roles have been classified to keep the headline numbers looking smaller. The maths here doesn't add up, and the public deserves an explanation. On the accountability front, Ghana is set to establish a dedicated Auditors Court to prosecute public sector audit offenses. Finance Minister Otto Forson says waste has hit unacceptable levels. A new 9-member internal audit agency board has also been inaugurated. Concrete action, if it holds. Oil prices fell over 4% yesterday after a Pakistan-brokered U.S.-Iran ceasefire reopened the Strait of Hormuz. In theory, cheaper fuel at the pump for Ghanaians. In practice, the NPA's price floor regulation may absorb most of that drop before it reaches you. We've been watching this pattern. Full analysis on chale.news. Nkwanta South. A father and his 16-year-old son were hacked to death on their farm in Karioti region. A second son who was with them has gone missing. This happened one day after the GJA chairman made a public plea for peace in that same district. One day. 7 senior high schools across Ashanti Central and Greater Accra have reported violent incidents, post-match brawls, students assaulting teachers, in just 18 months. GES and the Ministry of Education have said nothing publicly. Nothing. At what point does silence become negligence? The DRC recorded 72 new Ebola cases in a single day, pushing the total to 782 confirmed cases and 181 deaths. 2 new health zones are now affected for the first time. Ghana's border health teams remain on alert. Vehicle fumes are killing between 28,000 and 32,000 Ghanaians every year. Second leading risk factor for death in this country after high blood pressure. Children and working-class Ghanaians bear the most exposure. Ghana has no vehicle emissions testing program, no clean air policy in force. Let that sink in. The Black Stars departed Rhode Island for Toronto today ahead of Wednesday's World Cup Group L opener against Panama, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, midnight Ghana time. Thomas Partey's availability is still uncertain. More on that in a moment. Uruguay's entire squad was stranded at a Mexican hotel the night before their World Cup opener. FIFA moved fast, blamed the airline. Meanwhile, Partey's visa situation has dragged on for days and FIFA has been remarkably quiet. The contrast is not lost on anyone. And from last night's action, Ivory Coast stunned Ecuador with a 90th-minute winner from substitute Amad Diallo in Philadelphia. Last gasp, dramatic, beautiful. The Elephants are back at a World Cup for the first time in 12 years. Ghana face Panama in Toronto on June 17th. The stage is set. Over 200 Sogakope residents marched on ECG Friday over phantom electricity bills, some households reportedly receiving bills above 10,000 Ghanaian cedis. The Concerned Citizens Group has given ECG 3 months to act before more protests. This ECG billing crisis isn't going away. Good news to end on. KNUST's School of Public Health will lead Phase 3 clinical trials for dengue, a single-dose dengue vaccine, under the €11 million DenStar project. Ghana, at the center of a global medical breakthrough. That's the kind of headline we love. That's your June 15th digest, Chale. Every story we've covered today has more depth waiting for you at chale.news. Stay informed, stay sharp. I'm Nashika, and we'll see you soon.